Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. Time now to talk a little Navy baseball with relief pitcher Jett Meenach. And, let's go right inside the mind of a guy in the bullpen. There's this myth in baseball that as a late inning reliever, you have to have some mysteriously different mindset than any other pitcher out there because last time I looked as a baseball player myself in high school, the object is to get 3 outs as quick as you can in the 9th inning. Is there a different mindset? Is that just a myth, or do you feel like you've got to be even that much more mentally strong trying to protect the lead in the 9th inning?
I don't think there is a myth. I think you definitely have to be a lot mentally stronger because normally when you come in the game, stuff's gone bad. So you're coming in with runners on and runners in scoring position, so you got to be able to make that tough pitch to get the strikeout, get your double play ball. Rarely will we come in with bases empty, fresh start of an inning, and get to work cleanly. Most of the time we come in and trouble's happening and we need to get out of it.
A lot of youth on this pitching staff right now. In the past, there's been some experience and some solid guys. You're one of those experienced guys. Now, how much do those pitchers maybe look to you, and how much do you feel that you have to lead a little bit with that group, especially early in the season like this?
Right. So I'm the there are returning relief pitchers, but I obviously have the most experience. So I just try and gather the freshmen whenever I can, or even the sophomores, and say, hey, we're at this stage in the game. This is what you got to be thinking of. What situation can I come on when we're in trouble? If there's a runner on third with 1 out, how am I going to get that strikeout to get the ground ball and not let that run score? So it's a mindset thing that maybe they're not used to because most people are starting pitchers in high school. Rarely do you have a relief pitcher in high school that is a relief pitcher in college. So they have to change the way they approach the game. And I've been lucky with the experience I've had that I can hopefully pass it on to them and just help them keep improving.
Obviously, you were a plebe once. What is the difference when you come to Division I baseball? Everybody feels like they play at a good amateur level of baseball coming into this, but what is the difference when you get to the Division I level?
You're a nobody. There's always somebody working harder than you, and there's always somebody working that's better than you, and you got to be able to prove to them that, hey, you're not going to outwork me, because in high school everybody's the guy on their team, but especially when you get here, Coach Costi does a great job of leveling everybody out. You're no better than any one person. You have to outwork them. You have to earn everything you get. So as a freshman, you're just struck and you're in awe of everything that's happening because it's such a fast pace. You have no transition time, especially after plebe summer, and you just got to take it and roll with the punches. Then over time, you have to learn how to adapt, and I think Coach Costi does a great job with that.
Was there a sense of disappointment when you had a chance at one point to be a corner infielder and then you made the transition to being a pitcher? Was there a sense of disappointment there, or was it just, hey, I've got a chance to be a contributor as a pitcher and embrace that role and move on?
Yeah, I was a little disappointed because obviously you don't want to find out that you're not good enough at something. So obviously I struggled hitting my freshman year, and I wasn't helping the team out, and so Coach Applegate and Coach Costi wanted to make a move, say, hey, maybe this will help the team more. And yeah, obviously it hurts to say, hey, you're not doing good enough. We need to find something else. But after that first series with Air Force my sophomore year, that's when I was like, oh, I might actually be pretty good at this. So they're very smart at what they do, and they're very good coaches. So I just kind of rolled with it.
Why the Sidewinder delivery?
It actually came out of nowhere. So playing third base, I just had that natural, just grab the ball and get it out of my hand as fast as I can. So it kind of just came out that way. And one day when we were pitching, I was actually going over the top like a normal pitcher, and Coach App was just saying, hey, just throw the ball like you're at third base. Don't worry about getting over the top. So I just threw it sidearm, and he was like, can you go any lower? And he kept asking that question, can you go any lower, can you go any lower, can you go any lower? And finally I got down, I was like, that's as low as I can get. And he goes, let's stay there. Let's see how that works. And then,
how difficult is that?
I think it's a lot easier, honestly. It's just that's also with the durability thing. It's not natural to throw overhand. It's a lot natural like a softball pitcher.
Sure.
And so my shoulder never really bothers me just because it's more natural, and I kind of like being different.
The name Jett, it's different. How did you get that?
So we were at the Cowboy game when I was younger, right before I was about to be born, actually, and both my brothers' names starts with J, and the punter at the time was named John Jett, and my mom and dad were like, hey, let's name him John. Let's keep the J name going. Both my brothers were like, no, let's go with Jett. That's so much cooler. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Let's have a little fun here. Any favorite athlete growing up? Obviously, being from Texas, maybe it's a Cowboy, maybe it's not, but any favorite athlete growing up?
I was a big Ryan Howard fan when I was growing up, but for some reason, Mariano Rivera was always the guy I wanted to watch. I actually had the I would have had the opportunity to watch him live once. I saw the Yankees play once when I think I was maybe 13 or 14. They were losing like 9-2, and both my parents were like, all right, he's not playing, let's go. And they actually scored and went ahead 1 run. And so when we were in the car on the ride back, I got to listen to him pitch the 9th inning to close it. But yeah, that was always a little bit of disappointment never getting to see him play.
Favorite, if you could pick one meal to have for 7 straight days, King Hall, of course, excluded, what would it be?
Any Mexican food. Being from Texas, I mean, that's all I ate anyways. So any Mexican food like enchiladas, tacos, quesadillas, anything.
All right, big fella, appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Jett Meenach joining us here on the Navy Sports Magazine.